What's up?
We're the Defos. I'm Uli.
Hey, Shaggy here. Yeah.
So how do you guys know each other?
How are we gonna tell them?
I've been in sex for a long time.
For a too long time.
We're giving shots.
Ladies.
And then, cheers.
Cheers.
Okay.
Too early. Okay.
Boom. Hit me.
Do you think your parents will like me?
They already do.
Yeah.
They like you more than they like me. So,
That's true.
yeah. I mean, you're the best thing that happened to them through me. So,
Okay.
what would you say if we introduce role play into our sex life? I already do that. Keeps things
We
interesting.
definitely have role plays. Always.
Oh,
Always.
is there anything you had to change about yourself to make this relationship work? Ooh.
Definitely not. That's one thing he actually liked about me. I was different. Because when he first met me, I was very, whatchamacallit?
Punk.
Punk rock, like punk rock with chain. My hair was red, like super thick eyeliner and all that. And
Yeah. Converse
he-
with
yeah,
stars
always dirty
on them.
Converse. And he was like, okay,
This one's different.
yeah, this one is different. I like this one. And I never really changed. I mean, I grew out of it, but I never really
Yeah,
changed.
your spirit is still wild,
Yeah.
which is interesting.
And as you said, you fell in love with me. So
Yeah.
It-
Jeez. What questions are you tired of answering about your relationship?
how do you guys do it?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You guys last. I mean, Beijing is a twi-fuck zone. Everybody says that. I'm like, well, relationship is work. Like to me, like especially marriage, like when you get married, it's not like you stop working on it, you always work on it. So
It's a full-time job, a part-time job, and another full-time job.
yeah, and communication is key. So
True. Very true. Keeping the channels of communications open to make sure everyone knows that no matter how uncomfortable it is, you got to speak it out and say it and bring it out. I think that's one of the things that hurts a lot of relationships is people don't say what they mean.
that's true.
And they keep it hidden and then it keeps bottling up and then anger comes out. But we try to always bring stuff up. Even if it hurts, bring it up, address it, and move on.
Yep, we do that. Do you think your friends or family accept our relationship? That question should be for me.
Yeah, it should be, but I'm thinking about it from my point of view now too. It's like, feel free to dig in, jump in afterwards. But
Yeah.
I think majority of my friends are cool with it, but I know for a fact that there are a few that might be awkward about it.
Yes.
Family, well, my parents and my immediate family, which is my family, they're cool. Extended family, don't think so, but then don't care, so it doesn't really matter to me.
No, I feel like it's
I want
just
you to-
because I feel like it's just because he hasn't been living at home for a while. So it's like when you brought home your foreign wife, they'd be like, she
Yeah.
foreign.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, my extended family, we're so distant, it doesn't really matter to me anyway. So I don't care if they hate it or not. My parents are cool. My brothers are, well, most of my brothers are cool. And that's all I know. But what were you?
Is it? Can I answer?
We want to get the juice. We wanna
Okay.
get
Like
the
I don't
tea.
know. For me, like I feel like my parents are pretty open-minded. My father is very open-minded. My mom, I feel like it's more like her family is in her head. As an Asian family, they would definitely want me to be with an Asian back then. Like, they were like, why couldn't you just choose an Asian? And you wanted a foreigner, and why did you have to choose a black foreigner? So back home is kind of like, why can't you da-da-da-da-da? But to me, at the end of the day, it's like my parents. My dad spoke to my mom and saying, if he is what makes her happy, then you gotta let her live her life. Because up to almost the wedding day, it was still questions.
Yeah.
But I said, Mama, that's it. I'm marrying him. You
Yeah,
know?
your mom is a tough cookie,
Yeah.
but I think it's okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you think I know you well, and why?
I feel like you really do know me well because without me telling him, I just look at him. He just already know what I'm thinking. You just already go like, okay, that's it, khalas, let's go home. Like, or like, okay, you feel uncomfortable, and he says something else, to make me feel not like comfortable at the end.
I'm observant.
Very.
Yeah. Shoot.
Do we have sex enough?
Who defines enough? Some old white guy in a lab? Like, who defines enough? Like, there are times we have too much.
There are times we have too much, but there are also times when we both are like tired, exhausted with work. We'd be like, you again.
Do you ever think about going home and what would happen to us?
I have actually for how many years now, right? I've been saying, I feel like this is it. We're not going to reach 15, and we passed 15 years in China already. Yeah. And then I said, we're not going to reach 20 years in China. We got to go home. Because I kind of feel like Beijing is kind of like a comfort zone in a way. Like you're far from parents, definitely. You're far from family. So it's not like, you have a lot of family pressure, especially getting a pick-me, getting a child or something, But, we realize also like, here we're renting, it's the expat life is just different. While we're thinking if we want to like build a family, like we kind of want to have our own house. We kind of want to, So I've been telling you like, we should leave. And then when we decided in January, pandemic happened. Woohoo! So we're like, no, hold on. Outside of China is worse. So maybe we should just stay.
That question is complicated because we have two different homes.
We decided out my home first.
Yes.
No?
My home is in the Caribbean. Her home is Indonesia. Our home has been Beijing for the last 16 years. And like you said, yes, we have thought about moving to Indonesia initially, and then COVID happened, and now we're rethinking that decision. It's still on the table, but it's just a matter of when. And the situation in Indonesia right now for COVID is pretty bad. Yeah. So there's no point even thinking about this now. But over the years, I've been also thinking about me moving back home as well. So it's like after Indonesia, whenever that happens, the next step will be moving across the world again to the Caribbean, because I want to rekindle a connection that I had where I was raised. So, yeah, and that's one of the things of being an expat here. You never know who you're going to fall in love with, and that person might be as well across the globe. And moving home is going to be a really interesting conversation. And like pursuing career, raising kids, all these kind of dilemmas come up. But so far, so good. Beijing has been a good home for us for the last 16 years. And even though people, and even us, we think that it's not a real place, like it's a detour from regular life. So it's a tough one, but we definitely want to get out of here and go to Indonesia at least for a while for her to reconnect with her family and for me to get some plantains.
Yeah. Okay. Do you ever think you would date someone like me?
Date? Sure. Marry? No. Well, I mean, like you, that's different, but marrying an Asian was never part of my plan. That's what I'm trying to say. And it's nothing to do with, I think it's just based on experience. I didn't have a lot of experience with being with an Asian female growing up in the Caribbean. I dated one, at least, a long time ago, so it wasn't totally foreign to me, but never thought I would get married to one and pursue a future and a life together. But after meeting you and after being together for all this time, seems perfect. Oh.
What?
What kind of porn do you like?
Hey.
Oh. Ooh.
Can I tell them?
Hey, you're your old woman.
I don't know. I kind of have this imagination. And he always be like, babe, I swear, your imagination is too much. But yeah, I love that. Like rough ones. Don't be awkward. That was
Cool.
my imagination, right?
I'm cool. I'm cool. Yeah. move on.
Okay. What do you find difficult to talk about or express with me?
Apart from what you just said. The conversation on kids. I think, I'm not sure why it's so uncomfortable for me, but it is. I never really wanted kids growing up. And over the last few years, you know for sure that we've talked about this, and I came around to the idea of it. But for the longest time, it wasn't, not just it wasn't on my list, it just wasn't something that I was looking for at all. How would your life be different if you ended up with someone from your own culture?
I definitely would be bored easily. I feel like I don't want to diss guys from Indonesia, but I feel like any typical Asian household, it would kind of be like, okay, you're the wife, you gotta watch the kids, you gotta be doing the cooking, you gotta be doing the cleaning and all that. And I feel like I never really grew up like that. I mean, you can say I grew up pretty spoiled, and then growing up, I kind of feel like, you know what? I actually did my bachelor, I did my master, and to end up only to be a housewife, like, I kind of feel like, no, I don't want that, And with him, it's kind of like challenging, and he accepts that I am an equal, and that's what I like, so.
Cool. Your turn.
Okay. What's the biggest difference about going about your day if I'm not there?
Quiet. Yes. It's very quiet. Yeah, it's quiet. I love that.
I know.
She can be quite loud.
I'm very loud.
She doesn't like quiet.
No, I don't.
She doesn't like peace. She
No,
doesn't
I
like
don't.
she doesn't like to chill. She needs to always be doing something. Whereas I love solitude and to just be. So that's the biggest thing that I definitely, as soon as I'm home and she leaves the house. Wow. I love that.
Yeah, you like to be like by yourself. Meanwhile, I can't be by myself. I have to always have somebody next to me. Again, I grew up with like a big family, like I cannot be by myself.
Again, I was raised pretty solo. So I love quiet, I love my solitude. And then I equally love when she comes back home. So it's best of both worlds. Do you think we will last?
Hell yeah! Hey, marriage is for only one time. Remember your mother said?
I'm down.
And I feel like why I'm so confident saying it, because as he always also tell me like, you always, what is it that you said? There's always something new with you, like.
Oh yeah.
I feel like we're always constantly learning about each other.
Yeah.
I feel one more thing again, also because we're interracial couple. We come from different culture, we come from different background, and again, the constant learning, I feel like it will never stop.
And that's definitely, I think we lucked out with that. I think this was in the stars. God's put this together, because it's not just that we're interracial. It's the fact that we're interracial, but we both want to know about each other's race.
Yes, that's true.
She's super curious about me, and I'm beyond curious about her.
I love the Caribbean culture,
She is more Caribbean than I am. Facts. And I go to Indonesia, and I will just I will leave the house and just go and find and eat and taste and learn.
Yeah.
And so I feel that curiosity is the seed that keeps that massive tree growing, because we could have interracial is normal. It's not big of a deal. Interracial is just like anybody can be an interracial couple unless you're racist. So I mean, it's you know, and unless you have an issue with the race, anybody can be an interracial couple. But it's that seed and that curiosity for each other's races, and not just curiosity but respect.
Yes.
That carries it a long way because then you have a lifetime to learn about each other.
Yeah.
Because there are things about my culture that I have no idea about, and I love the fact that if I get to know about it, she wants to know, and we can learn about it together.
Yeah.
And vice versa with Indonesia.
Yeah.
One of the things that we already said, or I already said, is that whenever we do move to Indonesia, for the first 5 years, we're not traveling anywhere else
Yeah.
because we're just going to travel in Indonesia.
Yep, so many
and
islands.
learn about everything.
Yeah, and the food.
Yeah, because Gordon Ramsay, what is Gordon Ramsay? No,
He
Anthony
did.
Bourdain. He
Anthony
said
Bourdain.
you can go to Indonesia and eat a different dish every day for 8 years or something. There's so many different dishes.
8 months, I think.
And I like food, so
Yeah.
I'm good. Last one.
Last one, guys. Okay, what are some cultural differences about me you had to get used to? This is interesting. The fact that I love my sauce. Oh my God.
That's not a big deal.
No?
I
Okay.
think the biggest one that still is a thing that I that makes me not uncomfortable, but it's difficult for me. How close?
I am with my family.
Yes.
It's not only in my country, but it's also in most Asian country. It's like you kind of got to respect the elder. So the elder are mostly always right when they're actually
they're wrong.
not. So we kind of have to still like, okay, take it and
Yeah.
accept it. But at the end of the day,
Yeah.
he accepts it. He
I
accepts
mean, I have
it. So again, that's why
It's super
we
annoying.
work.
It's super annoying. That's why I like to simply just talk to your dad.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Like I don't want to talk to anybody else. That's him. That done. If I go to him, I go to the head. It's done. Everything's finished. I don't have to go and done.
Anything else?
I don't know. Anything else? Drink.
The shot. Cheers to love. UTGD.
UTGD for reals.
Hey.